Hello, I'm Roman. Welcome back to the series of the videos Neural Networks from Scratch in Golang, where we're using a book called Neural Networks from Scratch in Python, but we're writing everything with a Golang. I'm not sure if I'm sad or happy to say that this is the last video in this series, so it's like it took me 773 videos, if I'm not mistaken, to pass through this book. So this video will consist in two parts, and it will be a very short video. So we'll take a look at the last chapter in the book itself, and then I will share the next steps, what will happen with this channel, what will happen with the results of this book, like with the code that was written in a Golang for this book. So I actually have the plans for this one. So first, let's take a look at the closing chapter, and we'll read it as usual. By now, you should have a full understanding of how data passes forward through neural networks, how error and accuracy are measured, how to perform backpropagation to acquire a gradient, how network parameters are optimized based on the gradient, and how to use the trained model to make a prediction. So basically, during this book, we managed to implement all of these things, like forward pass, what is the backward pass, how to estimate the accuracy, and how actually then save and load the model to use it in some web service. As we close this book, the reality is that you are just getting started in this field. There are various types of the layers besides the dense layer used here, mainly recurrent and the convolution layers, and many more use cases for neural network than we have covered here, classification and regression. I would tell you that convolutional layers is on my list, but we'll talk about this later. The field of deep learning is constantly evolving and building on top of the foundation introduced in this book. Our hope is that we have equipped you with the ability to move with these advances and to best leverage neural network of today to solve the problem. Whatever you're using a neural network to classify cats versus dogs, to generate audio, or for the chatbot, the challenges is still the same. How do you best structure your problem so a neural network can fit and generalize it? Inevitably, when things don't work the way you hoped, how do you interpret the network's failure? You're now equipped with the knowledge required to get a complete picture of what's happening or not happening within the network. What's happening to the inputs as it goes through the layers. This is gradient exploring. You can feed a sample through and see exactly how the values throughout the network are calculated. At this point as well, you have seen us break down the calculation of the partial derivatives for 4 loss functions, 5 counting softmax and categorical integrals combined. From here, if you were so inclined, you can even attempt to create your own custom loss function. Where to go from here is up to you. I'd like to enumerate and acknowledge those who have helped to make this book possible. First, we'd like to thank the team behind the following packages, which helped ordinary people like us to instantly leverage an incredible amount of knowledge and intellect with respect to deployment with a simple pip install. NumPy, TensorFlow, Keras, PyTorch, Theano, Matplotlib, and OpenCV. And I would personally thank the GoNum library. That's because all other things, and the Golang itself, like the standard library that goes with the Golang, because I tried to use as much as possible from the standard library, but like the bare bone of the dense layer and all of the computations use the GoNum, specifically like the matrix product and all of the things. So it wouldn't be possible without using the GoNum to achieve this result. More specifically, I would like to thank Grant Sanderson for the minim package for the push and the limits of the mathematical-based high-quality visualization and sharing with this work both through his own teaching material as well as through sharing the minim package. We extend this package for use with almost of all animation and figures. And animations are really good in this book, like especially when they describing what is happening inside the neural network. And like what I really enjoyed watching is this visual representation of the model fitting the complex function. I think that for me was like the main deal breaker for through this book. And finally, I would like to thank the contributors to this book, both Spencer Churchill and Thomas Halvorson, have been incredibly helpful as editors of their own politician and free time. With countless improvements and suggestions, Spencer and Thomas stood out with firm grasp of both the English language and the subject matter contained within the book. A huge thanks to you both from the authors. There have been other people who have made contribution to the text as well via Google Docs, which we'll list here. It's a pretty big list. And that's it. That's basically it. And what I can do right now, I actually can close the book because it's done. It's done, and here comes the parts what I will do the next. Yeah, okay, I will not change the layout. So basically, the book is done, and I will post the latest changes of the repository. I think I didn't push for some time, and yeah, you will see all of the code. You will be able to run it. I actually will integrate the Passionist package into the Git repository, so you won't have to download it, and you can use the code right away. So what is next for this channel? Well, first, most likely I will take a break from the recording of these videos, probably for around a week, and there are actually two reasons. The first one is I want to select what I'm going to record next, and there are actually a couple of the ideas what I want to work on. Some of them are purely Go language related, or I will go, like, for example, do some stuff with the Go specifically, do further in the neural network, like in the deep learning. And one of the ideas was to implement a convolutional neural network by actually finding a problem that requires building a convolutional neural network and then actually implement those layers and operations required to this on top of the code that we have here. And, do this. So I will need to find the material so I can use to study and implement things. Or I could go in the area of the rendering. And actually, I've posted a couple of ideas that I want to work on in the Discord channel, so you can find this. But the main important thing that I want to spend this time in between the series to actually recording videos for the main channel, because for various reasons, including the one that I spent time recording the neural networks from scratch, I didn't post a video for almost a month on the main channel, and I actually have a lot of I think I have 5 or 6 drafts of the videos that I want to publish. And the first one will be about why I actually started, this channel, why I decided to, do the neural networks from scratch in the Golang specifically. What was the idea? What was the motivation? And how the whole process went, and what I and what you can get from this series. So will be the next video. There is actually always a link to the main channel. You can subscribe, or you can check in 1 or 2 weeks after for this video. Most likely I will write about this. Well, I will definitely write about this in a Discord channel, or I will post it in the Coffee page, so you can subscribe to the Coffee page if you want to support both of these channels. But yeah, that's basically the plan. Pick up the next series, record the videos on the main channel, and yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank all of the guys who've been watching the videos like regularly, because I can see that there are a number of the people who are returning and watching these videos. Write in the comments, joining Discord server. It's slowly growing, so actually very positively surprised to see this attention to this channel, because at first, I mean, okay, I will talk about all of the things in the video, so I would not spoil it right now. But for now, this series is closed. I'm a little bit sad because I spent like around 15 hours recording this, like 50 to 60, just recording this, and I'm a little bit sad that it's went to the end, but I really enjoyed the ride, and we will do something interesting next time. But for now, as usual, thank you for watching, and I see you in the next series. Bye bye.